My family wants to take my house and give it to my brother, they kicked me out. This is a tale of family drama and unwavering resolve. Before we dive in, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Alright, let's get started. If you're excited about this story, let us know. If you enjoyed the video, press 1. If not, press 0. Your feedback really inspires me to gather more uplifting and meaningful stories. Months ago, I shared a story about my entitled family trying to take my house and give it to my brother, despite having kicked me out of their home years earlier. Since then, there have been significant updates that might interest you. I'll provide a summary for those who want to skip the old bits. I'm a single man in my early 30s, with a 29-year-old brother who has 4 kids. My brother's wife, whom I'll call Sil, and I do not get along. She often tries to provoke me and then plays the victim when I retaliate. My parents and brother adore her, despite knowing her true nature. She refuses to work, even though she has a college degree, and my mother helps with the kids all day. This means they can't afford to live anywhere but my parents' house, a cramped 3-bedroom built in the 60s. Growing up, my brother was the obvious favorite. He developed a superiority complex, and I was punished if I retaliated against his antics. My parents cared for him more, giving him the lion's share of everything. When I turned 18, I moved out, preferring couch surfing to living with them. They didn't even show up for my high school graduation. The pandemic hit me hard. I lost my job and couldn't renew the lease on my condo. I ended up living in a camper on my truck. When I asked my parents if I could park my camper at their house, they demanded rent equivalent to an apartment. My brother and Sil mocked me, calling me a homeless bum. After months of living in my camper, I finally found a job and saved enough to buy a 3-bedroom manufactured home. I was foolish enough to brag about it on social media, and my family found out. They showed up unannounced, demanding that I let my brother and his family move in, while I live in the camper outside. I refused, and a heated argument ensued. Sil even attacked me, but I had recorded everything on my phone. If you're excited about this story, let us know. If you enjoyed the video, press 1. If not, press 0. Your feedback really inspires me to gather more uplifting and meaningful stories. I posted the story on social media, and it spread quickly. Many family members sided with me, and my parents, brother, and Sil were left with little support. They showed up again a week later, trying to force their way in, but I threatened to call the police. They left, but not before my mother said I had a week to come to my senses. A few days later, I came home to find a moving truck and my brother's minivan in my driveway. They had changed the locks and were moving in. I called the police, and they were forced to leave. My parents and Sil tried to guilt me into letting them stay, but I stood my ground. Since then, my parents and brother have tried various tactics to get me to help them financially, but I refused. My brother's marriage fell apart when he discovered that Sil had been cheating on him. She was arrested for assaulting him and their eldest child. My brother moved into my camper, and I rented out 2 rooms in my house to friends. My parents have been trying to make amends, even going to church and getting counseling. My brother and I have started to bond, and I've become close to his kids. Sil, on the other hand, has been left to fend for herself, and her life has taken a downward spiral. Despite everything, I remain vigilant. I installed cameras around my house and filed a police report when my truck was egged, suspecting Sil. My family has finally started to treat me with the respect I deserve, and I'm cautiously optimistic about the future. This saga has been a roller coaster of emotions, but I've come out stronger and more determined to protect what's mine. If anything notable happens again, I'll be sure to update you all. If you're excited about this story, let us know. If you enjoyed the video, press 1. If not, press 0. Your feedback really inspires me to gather more uplifting and meaningful stories.